Hello everyone, welcome to your English class again. So students, as we are discussing about the prose of our book, that is Footprints Without Feet. It has been penned down by H.G. Wells. We have discussed about the author of the prose and about the summary of the prose, and also we have done with some book reading of the chapter. So let's continue the book reading. So, extraordinary affair, the clergyman kept saying for rest of the day. So वो पूरे दिन यही कहता रहा कि एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी, ये बहुत ही अजीब सा हुआ है, ये क्या हुआ है. एंड व्हाट वाज दैट? दैट वाज द theft of the money from the clergyman's desk. We have already discussed in the previous lecture. But it was not as extraordinary as the behavior of Mrs. Hall's furniture a little later that morning. So, वो कह रहे हैं कि इतना भी एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी नहीं था जैसा कि मिसेस हॉल का फर्नीचर का बिहेवियर लग रहा था उस मॉर्निंग. द लैंडलॉर्ड एंड हिज वाइफ वर अप अर्ली and were surprised to see the scientist's door wide open. So when the landlord and his wife woke up early in the morning, what they found? They found the scientist's door widely open. Usually it was shut and locked, and he was furious if anyone entered his room. And the thing is that usually it was shut. It was not widely open. And they just became very furious. They thought that if anybody has been entered to the room, the opportunity seemed too good to be missed. They peeped out the door, saw nobody, and decided to investigate. So they saw nobody in the room, and they decided to investigate that who is the one in the room, or if someone is in the room also. The bedclothes were cold, showing that the scientist must have been up for some time and stranger. Still, the clothes and bandages that he always wore were lying about the room. So, the scientist's room was widely open, and the landlord and his wife saw there were some clothes lying on the bed, and nobody was in the room, but some clothes and some bandages that the scientist used to wear on his face, on his body, were lying on the room. So all of a sudden Mrs. Hall heard a sniff close to her ear. A movement later, the hat on the bedpost leapt out, dashed itself into her face. Then the bedroom chair became alive. Springing into the air, it charged straight at her legs. Foremost, as she and her husband turned away in terror, the extraordinary chair pushed them both out of the room and then appeared to slam and lock the door after them. So, it was a furious thing that has ever occurred to them. And what was that? They found nobody in the room, nobody inside, but the chair and the other things in the room become alive. The hat lying on the bedpost leapt up and dashed itself into the face of landlady. Then the bedroom chair became alive, and it pushed the innkeeper and his wife out of the room. So Mrs. Hall almost fell down the stairs in hysterics. She was convinced that the room was haunted by spirits, and that the stranger had somehow caused these to enter into her furniture. So Mrs. Hall almost fell down in the stairs in hysterics. She thought that it was matter of witchcraft. Okay? She was convinced that the room was haunted by spirits, and the stranger had somehow caused these to enter into her furniture. So that was the thinking of the Mrs. Hall. My poor mother used to sit in that chair, she moaned. To think it should rise up against me now. The feeling among the neighbors was that the trouble was caused by witchcraft. But the witchcraft or not, when news of the burglary at the clergyman's home became known, the strange scientist was strongly suspected of having had a hand in it. Suspicion grew even strong when he suddenly produced some ready cash, though he had admitted not long before that he had no money. So, by the time the news of robbery spread and everybody suspected the scientist, the suspicion grew stronger when he produced ready cash, whereas he had accepted some time before that he had no money. So where the money was come from, where was the money had been come from, it is very suspicion, and it grew longer and longer on the scientists. The village constable was secretly sent for. Instead of waiting for the constable, Mrs. Hall was to the scientist, and who had somehow mysteriously appeared from his empty bedroom. I want to know what you have been doing to my chair upstairs, she demanded, and I want to know how it is you came out of the empty room and how you entered a locked room. So she just want to confront him, and she just confronted him by saying that I want to know कि तुम कैसे जो है खाली रूम से बाहर आ जाते हो, अंदर चले जाते हो, किस तरह की मूवमेंट है, ठीक है. बट बिफोर दैट द विलेज कांस्टेबल वॉज सेंट फॉर. इंस्टेड ऑफ वेटिंग फॉर द कांस्टेबल, मिसेस हॉल वेंट टू द साइंटिस्ट एंड आस्क्ड हाउ ही केम आउट ऑफ एन एम्प्टी रूम एंड हाउ ही एंटर्ड अ लॉक्ड रूम. So the scientist was always quick tempered. Now he became furious. You don't understand who or what I am, he shouted. Very well, I will show you. Suddenly, he threw off bandages, whiskers, spectacles, and even nose. It took him only a minute to do this. The horrified people in the bar round themselves staring at a headless man. So, by listening the confrontation of the Mrs. Hall, the scientist became very angry. So the eccentric scientist lost his temper when he faced questions from Mrs. Hall. He lost his temper. He threw all of the bandages, spectacles and false nose. This made his head invisible. So Mr. Jaffers, the constable, now arrived and was quite surprised to find that he had to arrest a man without a head. But Jaffer was not easily prevented from doing his duty. If a magistrate ordered a person arrest, then that person had to be arrested with or without his head. So a policeman, मिस्टर जाफ़र जो है पुलिसमैन है जो वहाँ पर आए उनको उसको पकड़ने के लिए. वो कांस्टेबल था जो उसको पकड़ने के लिए आया, एंड ही जस्ट बिकेम सरप्राइज टू सी दैट ही हैड टू अरेस्ट अ हेडलेस मैन. There followed a remarkable scene as the policeman tried to get hold of a man who was becoming more and more invisible as he threw off one garment after another. Finally, a shirt flew into the air and the constable found himself struggling with someone he could see at all. Some people tried to help him but found themselves hit by blows that seemed to come from nowhere. So, when the constable Mr. Jaffer reached there, he saw that he had to arrest a headless man. I have already told you. He tried to get hold of him, but Griffin outsmarted him by throwing away all his clothes again and again. He became invisible and knocked down the constable out of the senses. The people who tried to help the constable were also became very shocked. So they just received many blows from nowhere. They didn't know the blows have been coming from where. Okay, so in the end, Jaffer was knocked unconsciously as he made a last attempt to hold on the unseen scientist. There were nervous, excited cries of "Hold him!" but this was easier said than done. Griffin had shaken himself free and no one knew where to lay hands on him. So once again, scientists became invisible and no one could ever Scientist became invisible and no one could caught him. The Jafar became unconscious. ठीक है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा अनकॉन्शियस हो गया था, एक तो बेहोश भी पड़ गया वो. एंड thus he again escaped from the scene unnoticed. बिना नोटिस हुए वो वहाँ से भी भाग गया. कौन? ग्रिफिन. सो दैट वॉज द स्टोरी ऑफ फुटप्रिंट्स विदाउट फीट. सो थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स.